information. But first, I want to play this clip from President Joe Biden. He made a remark on the economy. Take a listen.
Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July. 0%. Here's what that means. While the price of some things went up last month, the price of other things went down by the same amount. The result, zero inflation last month.
All right, so Biden's remarks, a little bit confusing here. I think he was talking about the month-over-month numbers, but overall, I didn't realize we had 0% inflation. But let's just go over the numbers just to be clear. So headline CPI rose 8.5% year over year. Month over month, 0%. I think that's what President Biden was referring to. Core CPI rose 5.9% annually and only 0.3% month over month. So it seems like on a month-to-month basis, inflation has peaked. Do you agree?
Well, I don't agree at all. And first of all, what zero represents is Joe Biden's understanding of the U.S. economy. Because he has no clue what's going on. You can't brag about the fact that we had one lone month where high prices didn't get any higher. It's not like they went down. They just didn't go up. But if people were struggling with high prices, their struggle didn't get any easier in the month of July. It remained the same. What would have been good is if prices could have come down, but they didn't come down. And in fact, the only reason that the headline number didn't go up was because we finally got some relief at the pump. Gas prices came down, but a lot of other prices, food prices keep going up, rents keep going up. In fact, you mentioned the core, yes, which doesn't include energy, was up 0.3 on the month. So if you annualize that, multiply it by 12, that's still a pretty decent sized number. Yes, it's not quite as huge as the numbers we've been getting, but there's always going to be an ebb and flow in these numbers. I mean, how many times last year did all these analysts, including people in the government, claim that we had peak inflation? I mean, I got sick and tired of hearing peak inflation back in 2021. I had to keep saying we're nowhere near the peak. And the same thing applies today. Yes, we may have hit a temporary peak. Maybe it'll take a few more months before we see a year-over-year increase that's higher than the 9.1 that we got in June. But there's no doubt in my mind that we will get a higher number than 9.1. We are nowhere near done with this inflation problem. It is going to be here for years and years and years, probably the remainder of this decade, and probably then some. And, so just looking at one-off month where, we didn't get a big rise and having this premature victory dance, I think is an insult to the American public.